Hello, this video will discuss basic setting up of the Logic 2010 program and creating a logic account. So the first thing we need to do is we need to download the logic program. We can do that here. And we agree to the license. And you can get it for Windows, download it here. You can also get it for Mac, which is what we'll do here. And we need to make sure that if you're on Windows, you pay attention to this program compatibility assistant note if it gives you an error. And similarly, let's see, so we'll go over to our download program. If we just double click on it, that won't work. Oh, that's interesting. Sometimes it will give you a message about this. If it just won't open, if you double click, then try right clicking on it. And that's strange. I'm not sure why it's giving us this error. It doesn't like where it's located. So let's move it somewhere. Let's see, we can move it to the... Oh, there's already a copy on the desktop. So fine. We'll use that copy. So you're going to want to run the program. There we go. And the first thing you need to do is register tell it which course you want to use. So which course you want to be a part of. So it's UCLA Extension and the Spring 2017 here. So good, that's the course you want. Now you're going to have to update, and the program will frequently ask you to update, and always let it do so when it does. Okay, now we need to register. So we'll do that, and please enter your active student ID here so that I have it in the... Your work is going to be submitted, your homework is going to be submitted using this program to a database associated with this program. And so it's very helpful for me if the student ID you have in that database is the actual student ID you have with UCLA Extension. Okay, so that's our student ID, and we will have a name and email address. And please use an email address that you actually check so that you can get email associated with the program. You almost never will. You only get an email if sort of you're using it and something has gone wrong and you're corresponding back and forth. There are no, email advertisements or whatever. It's purely for if something goes wrong and you need to get back and forth. But do please put in an email address that you check regularly, or you might miss something important. So you need to create a password. And this just tells us that it does some statistical stuff, but it's not linked to individual users. So you can set the preference to monochrome or font size. We'll leave those alone for now. So good. Now you're a user. So here is the main menu of the logic program. Now here's the logic text. If you click on this, it will open up a folder showing you where the logic text is. Now what's important right now is the assignments page. So if you click on this, you're going to be taken to this page. This is the Logic Student Assignment page. And again, you want to log in here using the institution, the extension school, and then your student ID. And enter the password you just created in the program. And here we have the assignments, the assignment view. So this lists a bunch of the homework problems or assignments. It doesn't show them all. It shows the first 4. And so you can see here are the homework problems, parsing problems 1, 2 through 120 even ones. And here the points are displayed, the score you've gotten on them so far, and so forth. So this is, you're going to be coming here a lot to see, have I done the work, what work do I need to do, was it successfully submitted, and so forth. Let's hop back to Keynote. So, ooh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. So, right, when you install the program, you need to create your account, and you go here. This URL is the assignments page that we were just looking at. And as you just saw, there's a link to that button on that main menu leads you to this assignments page. So I'm going to talk about submitting work in the parsing examples video. So we'll show that there. There's just one more thing I want to show you about sort of a couple of different things that the program does. So once you're running the program locally, once you've completed some work, you're going to save it, and that stores your work locally, and so it's on whatever computer you're using. Then there are two other things you can do. You can submit your work, and when you do that, so there's an assignments database, and when you submit your work, that's where your work goes. And the work doesn't count as submitted. You don't get any credit for it until you submit it, and I'll show you how to submit it in the other video. There's just a button. It's straightforward, but it's something you need to do in order to get credit for it. Once you've done that, back on that assignments page we're looking at, it will show you that you've submitted it. So you can save it, which stores it locally. You can submit it, which sends it to one database, the homework or assignments database. And then there's another online database, the backup database. And you can back your work up to that backup database. And that's separate from submitting. So your work can be backed up without having been submitted, and it can be submitted without having been backed up. So those are just two completely different things. And you have the option to back up your work at the end of every session of using the program, and you should do that even if just, for one thing, if something happens to your computer, you won't lose all the work you've done. And the other thing is that once it's submitted, it's submitted and it counts, even if it's lost. But you're going to be using, on later assignments, you use work you've done on early assignments, and so you don't want to lose it for that reason. One nice thing then is that should you want to use the program on another computer, you can. You install it the way you did before, but then you can also restore. Whenever you run the program, you need an internet connection, and you're going to restore your work. At least you have the option of restoring your work. And so you could, if you're on another computer from the computer you initially use it on, and you download the program, then you could restore your work to that computer and do your work there and submit it, and then be done with it. And so just one thing I'll show you. Let's see. We're going to go to the logic program. So here is the backup button that backs up, and then when you quit, you can either delete work and quit, or just plain quit. And delete work will delete the local work, and I recommend that's what you do, and just rely on the backups. Local work can get mixed up with backup work in weird ways. You almost certainly won't have a problem, but if you want to make sure you don't run into any problems with your work, always delete work, quit, and then when you restart the program, restore. So I'll show you how to do the restoration now as well. So we'll back up, and so we enter our password. We haven't done any work to back up, but that's fine. It tells us that the work we have done, which wasn't any, it's been backed up. And now we're going to delete quit. And we want to delete all the files in the work folder. Good. So now we'll start the program again. And that's the right data for this course. This time, instead of registering, we want to restore. So I'll enter that student ID I made up, and I'll enter the password, and I'll choose a backup, and always just choose the latest backup. It always stores 3. And we'll continue with that, and there we are, and our work, as it turns out, that we hadn't done, but whatever. If we had done any work, it would have been restored at this point. So that's all there is to say for now about the logic program and setting it up and using it. I am now, in the other video, the parsing examples video, I will show you how to use the actual program a little bit and how to submit work with it in particular.